I'm hearing you say it now. That's not what you was telling me before. It was just 10 minutes. How was I supposed to know? Because they told you. Okay, this is case number 25S00682FY. People said the Michigan versus Davon Coates. I got a stack here of reports from pretrial services supervision unit about Mr. Coates being no-shows for bond violations. This would be, let's see. Okay, so I got one for report date was the 24th of September. It says he's on incurred a strap alarm on his GPS tether. That occurs when the strap of the tether is damaged or removed. Further, be advised that the above individual is in violation of the tether conditions due to unauthorized stops. Per the current court order, the above individual is on a restricted schedule. The above individual may leave for work, court, medical, and attorney visits. The above individual occurred the strap alarm on September 20th at 3:32 p.m. Home confinement, the tether company spoke with the individual regarding the alarm, and he reported that the device was secure around his ankle and he was in the shower at the time. He indicated he would work on getting a ride to the tether company's office to have the device inspected on 9/22. The above then failed to show for the appointment on 9/22 and rescheduled for 9/23. He reported on 9/23 at 3:46 p.m. The tether company noted there were no signs of tampering and all hardware was replaced. Due to the nature of the alarm, home confinement contacted the victim, the alleged victim, and on 9/23, pretrial supervision advised the above that he must get the tether device inspected. On 9/23, the GPS points indicated unauthorized stop at a Wendy's on 8 Mile and Warren from 11:49 to 11:59. On 9/24, pretrial contacted him about the stop, and he was reminded of his conditions and the stops allowed. As of 9:15, no contact with Jalela Holloway or LaShonda Lynch Walker. No assaultive contact with anyone, and do not go to an address on Wakenden and Redford. No weapons, no drugs, ETG once a week, drug test once a week, GPS tether within 36 hours, house arrest except work, school, court, verified medical, and attorney visit. No negative contact with children or anyone under 18. As of August 4th, ETG testing once a week and drug testing once a month. So there was a missed ETG on September 23rd, a missed drug test on September 23rd, a no-show on September 16th for ETG, no-show for a drug test on September 10th, a no-show on September 16th for a drug test, which goes along with the no-show for the ETG on the same date. Then the 10th, there was a no-show on the ETG and drugs. September 16th report was when he enrolled on the GPS monitoring. It said they went over the rules and regulations of the tether. He said he understood, including the exclusion zones, and he has incurred at that time no violations. That's well before the ones we just talked about on the tether. So those are the problems. Tether strap loose, stopping at places like Wendy's when he wasn't supposed to, and then missing alcohol and drug screens on the dates in question. Did you have a chance to go over that with him?
I have, as far as the mistake, he would acknowledge those, have the money issue with them, picking up enough to pay for tests. As it relates to the GPS tethers tamper, obviously they checked it, there was no kind of cancel and then stopped at Wendy's. They called and claimed we can't make a stop at Wendy's and get.
They told him that on the 16th.
He understood that, Yeah, I think, he wasn't thinking about whether he could stop.
But if you can't think, you don't need to be on the tether.
Judge, what I would address is two things. One, he has a job. He is capable of paying for it. He did test yesterday. That's my understanding.
How long has he had the job?
Just got it.
Like it's been like, well, like a week.
The other thing, Judge, is I would ask, the court consider removing the testing because the court has heard the testimony in this case. It has nothing to do with drugs or alcohol. It's a sex assault case that, and to this point, I haven't heard anything that would suggest that drugs or alcohol were involved in this case at all. But that's court to consider that as well.
Okay. What would you like to say, Mr. Shockley?
I mean, Your Honor, some of the facts of this case would be, drugs being involved by supplying the victim with drugs and or alcohol. I think testing's more appropriate. We have GPS tether violations. I don't know why we were asked to remove the GPS tether. Preliminary exam is halfway through in this matter. The court granted him grace by giving him this GPS tether. He's not abiding by the terms and conditions. He was reminded of the conditions and then proceeded to immediately violate them directly after being reminded again, after being graced and avoiding the first violation with no tampering. Those places he's not supposed to go. I mean, these are serious offenses.
Stop that Wendy's for 10 minutes, Judge. I mean, I don't mean to belittle it.
You're supposed to go to the gas station, Wendy's, wherever. They're not supposed to. A rule is a rule, sir.
So then,
What would you like to say?
I was leaving the tether place. I was actually with my mom, and we were just grabbing a bite to eat. We didn't.
So what?
I was driving past it, but any other day when I go to work, when I'm going drug testing, I send documents. When I went and got my job, I sent my documents. So it's not like I'm just saying I don't care about the rules. It was an honest mistake. And when they called me and they told me, I haven't made it.
Do you realize you cannot stop anywhere except for those authorized places? You can't even go get gas.
I don't. I'll be at the house. When I leave work, I'm at the house. Like I can't do nothing. I know how I was affected.
So how is that an honest mistake if you knew?
I wasn't thinking. It wasn't like I'm thinking like if I never first of all, I never even been on time. This is my first time. So I'm thinking like if I leave from the house, I can't go. And once I'm at the house, I can't go nowhere. I'm not even thinking it's gonna go off if I'm passing the Wendy's and I stop at the Wendy's to grab me something to eat for a couple minutes. You know, it's not like I went to a red zone or I went somewhere that I wasn't supposed to be that's in the zone.
And so you're saying they didn't explain this to you?
Oh, they just told me anywhere I go, I have to have documentation. Like if
So they never said you got to go straight home
they never,
unless you're going to work, school, a doctor's appointment, or a lawyer.
when I talk to them, they say, all right, go straight there. Like, all right. But when I left from there, I don't know.
So that's not straight. Wendy's not straight anywhere. That's a stop. Listen, you know what? It's just your freedom, that ain't mine. So I'm just gonna remand you to custody because it seemed like you're gonna argue with me. And let me just say this: I'm not the one. I'm going home tonight. You not. Okay? Listen to me. No, listen to me. This your problem. You don't listen. I'm trying to tell you that's a stop. And you're gonna argue me, well, it's just 10 minutes. I don't care. If it was 1 minute, it's a violation of the tether rules. You got to get that through your head. You can't come in here and argument with me about that.
I'm saying that there was one mistake that I made and I haven't messed up since then. That's what I'm saying.
What you saying to me?
That's what I'm explaining to you. That's
That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you say it now. That's not what you was telling me before. It was just 10 minutes. How was I supposed to know? Because they told you. You're supposed to understand these things. You got questions, you're supposed to ask it. I'm not supposed to be dealing with this kind of stuff. You got some criminal sexual conduct is a serious charge. And you only got not one count, several counts of it. We got to keep tabs on you. And you talking about, well, it was a mistake. I didn't know. No, you're supposed to know. Now, I have done what I could to try to give you some freedom and to protect the public or the alleged victim here till we can figure out what has happened in this case. And most of this hinges on what you do as to whether you stay out and you are able to continue doing what you're doing. You don't come in here and try to explain to me why it was just 10 minutes. How you weren't thinking. Well, I can't have nobody not thinking and they're out on serious charges like this. You're supposed to make a stop anywhere. It just seems to me that's pretty basic. Unless it's a verifiable doctor's appointment, lawyer visit, court, or your job. You're supposed to be at home otherwise. What is this? This can't be that hard. It didn't say stop for 10 minutes at the Wendy's. It didn't say go to the gas station. It didn't say go to the corner store, pick up something to drink. It didn't say any of that. And I got people do all of this dumb stuff. You one of them. It is not in the rules. I'm trying to figure out why you don't understand the base. It's real basic. Okay.
Judge, as it relates to the testing, my only response is obviously Mr. Shoppy wasn't here for the exam. Was?
I was,
Were you?
yes.
Okay.
I don't know, this was a vulnerable victim.
I don't recall a single bit of testimony about her being applied with alcohol and drugs.
Okay, but these are normal conditions of bond, and I'm just going to continue that testing. Yeah. I'm trying to think about what I want to do with this tether, because if I remove this tether, he toast. He going in the back and wait for the rest of his case. You know, he doesn't have money. Well, you're supposed to find some money for your testing. You got, well, good. He's got a job. This is, we've been going through that. Yeah, missed test way back in August. When's our next date? October 31st?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue your bond with the terms of your GPS tether till October 31st. If there's one more missed anything or one more violation of the tether, just know that I'm going to change that situation on October 31st. So is there anything I need to know that's coming down the pipeway? I'm gonna make a note. So we're talking 9/23 no show, and we're talking 9/16, 9/10. And we're talking about any unauthorized stops beyond the 9/23 Wendy's. So then I'm going to change tether and increase the bond or remand. All right. So essentially, I'm not doing anything yet. Kind of reserving. Mr. Shockley will not let me forget this on 10/31.
Lydia won't let you forget this.
Oh, this is her matter. That's right. Okay. Miss McHale. Okay, there we go. Line is continued for the moment. Okay, what we got?